Section 28. Acting within your area of expertise. Arizona Market Introduction. From disclosure to knowing your limits. In Section 27, we discussed buyer-broker disclosure and affiliated business disclosure. The main lesson was transparency. Now we move into another major part of professional conduct, knowing when to stop and recommend professional assistance. A strong Arizona licensee does not need to know everything. In fact, one of the best practices in real estate is knowing when a question is outside the licensee's role. The rule, professional competence, under AAC R4 28-10-101. A licensee must provide services that meet the standards of practice and competence recognized in the professional community. If a matter is outside the licensee's expertise, the licensee should not guess, diagnose, or give legal, tax, lending, title, inspection, survey, HOA, or construction advice. Best practice: explain what you know, document the concern, and recommend the proper professional. The story: the agent who tried to be everyone. Imagine a buyer asks their agent, "Do you think this crack in the foundation is serious?" The agent says, "No, that is normal. I would not worry about it." After closing, the buyer learns the crack was connected to a major structural issue. Now the buyer is upset, and the agent's casual opinion becomes a problem. A better response would be, "That may be something worth reviewing with a licensed inspector, structural engineer, or qualified contractor. I recommend you get professional guidance before moving forward." That answer protects the client and the agent. Legal advice agents should not interpret legal rights, draft complex legal language, or tell clients what legal action to take. For example, an agent should not say, "You can cancel and definitely get your earnest money back." A better response is, "The contract has cancellation and cure provisions, but I recommend you speak with legal counsel before making that decision." Tax and lending advice. Tax and lending questions can also create risk. Agents should not tell a client how a sale will affect capital gains, whether a 1031 exchange will qualify, or whether a buyer will definitely obtain financing. Instead, recommend a CPA, tax advisor, lender, or loan professional. Title, survey, and HOA issues. Title reports, easements, boundary lines, CC&Rs, and HOA rules can be complicated. Agents may help clients identify issues, but they should not give legal opinions about what those documents mean. Example: if a buyer asks whether an easement prevents them from building a pool, the agent should recommend review by the title company, surveyor, HOA, or legal counsel. Property condition issues. Agents should avoid diagnosing roofs, plumbing, electrical systems, mold, termites, septic systems, wells, foundations, or environmental issues. The agent's role is to encourage inspection and disclosure, not to replace the inspector or contractor. Using professional assistance language. Helpful language includes, "I recommend you consult with a qualified professional. This is outside my area of expertise." You may want to speak with legal counsel, your CPA, lender, inspector, surveyor, or title officer. Let's document this concern and make sure you have the opportunity to investigate. Real-world examples of going too far. An agent goes too far when they say, "That addition was definitely permitted. That crack is nothing. You can build a guest house here. The HOA cannot enforce that. You will get your earnest money back. This will not affect your taxes." Unless the agent has verified the issue through the proper professional source, those statements can become negligent misrepresentation. Closing thought: acting within your area of expertise is not weakness. It is professionalism. If Section 27 taught us to disclose relationships clearly, Section 28 teaches us to disclose our limits clearly. The best agents protect clients by knowing when to advise, when to document, and when to recommend professional help. Online discussion question 1. Why should agents avoid giving legal advice? Answer: because legal advice is outside the role of a real estate licensee and may create liability if the advice is wrong. Question 2. What should an agent do if a buyer asks about a foundation crack? Answer: recommend that the buyer consult a qualified inspector, structural engineer, or contractor. Question 3. Why is recommending professional assistance a best practice? Answer: because it helps the client make informed decisions while protecting the agent and broker from giving advice outside their expertise.